How do you master chess opposition in King Endgames? Imagine facing a king in the final moments of the game, where every move counts. Mastering opposition is like having a secret weapon to control the board and tip the scales in your favor. Opposition happens when two kings stand on the same rank, file, or diagonal with an odd number of squares between them. The key is who moves first. If it is your turn and the kings face each other with one square in between, you hold the opposition because your opponent must move first. This gives you the power to decide the next move. There are different types of opposition to learn. The most common is direct opposition, where kings face each other on the same line with one square separating them. Distant opposition involves more than one square between the kings, useful when they are farther apart. Diagonal opposition is when kings face each other diagonally with an odd number of squares in between. To get good at opposition, practice always trying to gain it when approaching your opponent's pawns or when trying to promote your own. Gaining opposition allows your king to force the enemy king away from critical squares. Use opposition to control key squares around passed pawns. For example, if you have a pawn about to promote, controlling the square in front of it is vital. If you are forced to give up opposition, retreat carefully but stay close to your opponent's pawn. This prevents their king from penetrating your position. Combining opposition with the idea of key squares is very effective. Key squares are specific spots that guarantee pawn promotion if your king occupies them. Opposition helps you reach these squares by forcing your opponent's king to move away. In more complex endgames with queens or rooks, use the staircase technique. This involves using opposition and checks to restrict the enemy king's movement and gradually push it to the edge of the board. Remember, the side to move matters a lot. If you have the opposition but it is your turn, you hold the advantage. If it is your opponent's turn, they have the upper hand. Learning when to wait and when to move is part of mastering opposition. To get better, study classic king and pawn endgames to see how opposition is used. Practice positions where gaining or maintaining opposition is necessary to win or draw. Calculate several moves ahead to see how gaining opposition can help you infiltrate or block the enemy king. By consistently applying these ideas, you develop the skill to use opposition as a dynamic tool. It becomes a way to control the board, promote pawns, or secure draws in tough situations. Opposition is not just a static idea but a powerful technique to steer the endgame in your favor.